Hi guys, welcome to Big Loz Official. Today's guest is the huge monster of a man, Gav Bilton from Wales. You're just been invited to the Giants live show. First real major contest, I think, for you. So
yeah, it is, yeah.
Excited.
Yeah, I had the news off Dale Peters, actually, and it literally almost dropped me. It was just, I didn't expect it. I didn't think it was happening. I knew the competition was taking part, but to get an invite, I was actually over the moon with it, yeah.
When did you get your invite?
I think it was Tuesday last week it was, and they weren't allowed to say nothing, obviously, but then as the days went on, they put the promotional video up in, and then I saw myself in there, which was I saw the moon there. I couldn't believe it.
It's brilliant. I'm really happy for you, mate. You've been on the rise steadily in the UK the last few years. I mean, you kind of came out of nowhere. I think must have been UK is where I first sort of met you, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it was about 2 years ago. Was it? Yeah, 2 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
The progress that you've been making since then has been pretty impressive, to say the least. You're looking extremely strong in the gym right now.
Yeah.
I know you've been keeping quiet about some of these numbers that you've been hitting.
Yeah, it's just because I like to post. Like I said, I like to post everything, and I did hit a certain number on the log, but I just want to keep it. I just like to see that. I want to keep that secret because then next week I got there's one event, a max log, and I just want to do something a bit special. I know I'm not going to break anything huge as in like the British or the Worlds, but I just want to set something massive. And
well, what's the Welsh record?
I've already broke. I did the 195 in the gym. It was 185, and then I did. I also did another weight, but I'm keeping that. I didn't want to post it. I just thought keep something back because.
So you're going to obviously be looking to officially break the Welsh record.
Yeah, come next week. It's the first event. I do have something else beforehand as well, which is not the greatest, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm hoping to smash that, and then a little bit more, which would be great if I could. But I know I'm capable of. As long as I do it on the day and don't let the occasion get to me, then I should be okay. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, you know, let's say you're around the 200 kilo mark, okay?
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. That's, you know, that when I started Strongman, the world record was set by Hugo Girard at 186 kilos.
Yeah.
And I managed to surpass all the records that existed when I started. And you new younger guys are just kind of, you know, casually pulling 400, casually doing 200 kilo logs like it's nothing these days, it's scary. It's scary how many good guys there are.
Yeah, the evolution of the sport is insane. I think it's with a lot of things. It's like you just not getting better because I've been insult. You just want to push the boundaries every time you see something happen. You just want to. And when I did hit that log, it was literally almost unplanned. I just thought, I tell you what, I want to see what I got. And when it went up, I was over the moon. Shame I did. Maybe I should post a video. I don't know, but yeah, it's because of the evolution. I think people are understanding a little bit more, and they just want to push even harder because, like I said, there's so many good guys out there. I think maybe you have to just be that little bit more of a. I don't like using it, a bit more of a freak to get noticed, if that makes sense. I mean, Luke Richardson is. I don't want to call him a freak. They call him the future, which I think he is. I mean, his numbers are insane. When I watch him in the gym, such a young lad with all that power. Definitely a future world champion. I think a lot of people have picked him. I think he would definitely be at the top soon, very soon. Like
he's got everything that it takes to be an incredible strongman. And you know, the one thing I say to all of you, sort of up and coming guys, you've got to keep at it. You've got to keep kind of, you know, trying to avoid injuries. If you do get injured, don't let that be the end of it. You know, there's always ways back, and it's about the guys that do well in the sport are the ones that keep pushing and keep coming back. There's been a lot of guys that have sort of been a flash in the pan. They've been talked about extremely good for a short period of time and then vanished. It's that consistency and willingness to keep getting better. And like you say, I mean, all you youngsters now, the standard has risen. So, you know, when you get guys like Eddie smashing the 500 kilo deadlift, suddenly other people are like, I can do that. And you start pushing, and we learn, you know, better training methods, but it kind of opens your eyes to what's actually possible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Thor proved that when he called, you know, when he said he would do it, and then I think I don't know if he made it look any easier, but it looked like Thor could have doubled the 500. Now, like you said, how many people are pulling 400 to back when? How many people are pulling 400 10, 20 years ago? It's just insane.
Well, again,
that's why I love. Yeah.
When I started Strongman, the Strongman deadlift record was 410 kilos. And that's people. I mean,
that's a huge weight, though. It's massive.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think it's important to realise that is still a huge weight, but it's the amount of guys that can pull those kind of numbers now. It's
the willingness to try it as well, because people just want. Because they said, like you just said, then when Eddie Hall put the 500, people went, "That's possible now. After it's possible." I mean, how many people out there now are looking like they could do it? I mean, there's a few out there. A few powerlifters even look like they can smash that as well. And even within the strongman community, there's some absolute monsters. I mean, Adam Bishop is like definitely one of the guys I think who could, when he sets his mind to something, I think he could do it as well. And it would be great to see it pulled again, or even more. But maybe a 505 would be nice.
It's going to happen. I mean,
100%,
there's once barriers have been broken down, then it just gets beat time and time again. I mean, I really don't. I don't put a limit on what people are capable of anymore. People keep surprising us, and keep getting better. They're determined to push harder. Dig deeper. They're getting bigger, stronger, faster. It's quite crazy. And you're going to be involved in some big battles with some of these guys over the next few years, hopefully.
Yeah. Simon, a good friend of mine, I think you know him as well as my training partner. He mentioned we went for food yesterday, and he said, "Does it sound good where you going and we compete against?" I said, "I'm trying not to, because I think if I think too much about them guys, then maybe I'm like, oh my God, it is Adam Bishop, it is Vitaly Lalas, or Luke Richardson, or Graham Hicks, all these amazing athletes. I think if I think about too much, it will sink in that these are the top guys I'm going against them. So I think just try and play as cool as I can."
Well, it's important to focus on your own progress.
Yeah,
no matter
100%.
What. I remember my first big show against, say, like a Zadrunas or Mariusz Pudzianowski and those kind of guys.
Yeah.
And it is easy to let the occasion get the better of you, but you just got to focus on what you've been doing in the gym week in, week out. Know what you're capable of, and always focus on your performance. Don't worry about what the others are doing. That's probably the best advice I can give anyone watching. Not just elite level, but complete beginner. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Focus on your own little bubble. Focus on your performance. That way you stop it's very easy when, we compete to be affected by what someone else does. And then you underperform yourself. You maybe panic, you rush, you kind of let things get to you. Just go in there. You've obviously got some numbers that you want to hit. Go and focus on those and smash them. That's the best you can do. And then go back to the drawing board, get better.
That's what I'm going to do, I got a certain plan with the log, and I hope I will stick to it. And if it goes belly up, then it is what it is. But I know what I need to do, and like you said, I know what I'm capable of. And if I just do what I do in the gym and just be as relaxed as I am, and then I got a method of way of doing things. But if I do that on the day, then I know I'm capable of pinching a few points and upsetting a few people, hopefully, in the nicest way possible, if that makes sense.
You don't have to be. It's not, those kind of things. Believe in yourself, mate.
I do.
You don't have to be like, maybe the most brash, cocky kind of. You don't have to be like an Evan Singleton or someone like that. But just never kind of think you're not capable. You see guys like Zadrunas who he's not so in your face, but that man believes in what he's capable of. And if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. So,
massively. I think I put a status up last night just saying I get like nice. I don't do it just for likes, but I do it because I do believe it. When you set your mind to something, we are unstoppable. So I truly believe that. Come next week, though. Yeah.
I mean, I've been impressed with your progress over the last few years. How long have you actually been doing strongman for?
This will be completely my second year, because the first year, 3 years, but the first year I was still playing rugby and I was still boxing for the army. So actually, I still had a six-pack when I first started competing, which is long gone now.
That is quite funny, to be fair. Sorry.
Believe it or not, I used to have a six-pack, but I used to be about 120 when I was playing rugby, so that's not too bad. It's decent weight for a second row, but
what are you up to now?
Oh my God, just shy of 30 stone. I'm literally just a couple of pounds off there, so it was almost, I'm not going to say accidental. You train and then you see progress, and you eat more, then you can push yourself harder.
You've put on about 10 stone in 3 years.
Yeah, it happened.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was like I was starting to notice things when clothes don't fit, and then the jeans don't fit, and then you're just wearing shorts out everywhere because you're struggling to find, it's not really the waist problem, it's the leg size, and you know yourself. I mean, we are big guys, but
I don't know many strong men that don't just live in shorts and t-shirts.
yeah. I mean, it was I wanted to get big and strong, and then I knew about dieting because obviously I played at quite a high level of rugby. Well, Welsh Premiership was really high. I played for the Army, and then it was just I used to eat and eat and eat and train harder, eat, and then I was like, oh my god, this works. It's actually this combination. But my training's not the greatest, if I was going to say, because I don't have a program to follow, but I think it works. And over the past couple of weeks, things just sort of fell into place. So I'd say about 2 years solid competing and training, if that makes sense. Because the first year I was literally on the brink of cracking the rugby scene, and I had quite a nasty injury, and that set me back. And I was like, I'm done with it because the politics within rugby is really, I will say, it is quite bad. It's really cliquey.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about this sport is that it's brutally honest. If you don't hit something or you don't compete hard enough, it's your fault. You can't blame the coach, the referee. You could blame the weather sometimes in this sport, but that's why I love it, because it's brutally honest. If you mess up, it's your fault. There's no one to blame. So it's on your own onus to go back to the gym and just break it down on what went wrong. But I found it in rugby. I found it easy to blame other people. Like, I'm not starting because so and so is the coach's best mate. Well, really, maybe I wasn't that good. But this sport,
it's all on you.
Yeah, and I feel like I feel at home. I love the sport. I just think it's just barbaric, and it's just lifting awful weights, awful events. I think it's great in the nicest way possible, like the duck walk and things like that. But
that's a terrible event.
It's at the UK's this year. I mean, apparently. It's just brutally honest. That's what I love about it. There's no one to blame. You can't bitch or moan if something goes wrong because it's down to you. And I think that's why that's why I love it so much, because it's all on you, and it's just honest. I keep saying it's just honest sport. Yeah.
Well, it's either you lift it or you don't. It's
that's it. Yeah.
Simple as that. It's not based on like how you look or things like that. It's either be the fastest, lift the most, job done.
That's what I love about it. And I think the crowds are great, and I'm competing against the guys. Everyone says about the people I grew up watching, like yourself. I'm actually competing against now, which is just it's very surreal for me. But I'm trying to play it down, because I think if I let it get to me, then it will affect me massively. But just the sport is brilliant, and I'm happy to be part of it, and hopefully make some waves in the years to come. Like,
so obviously we've had a weird year this year. You haven't been. I mean, have you competed at all in 2020?
Nothing at all. No.
You've just been quietly training, getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, it's done me quite well. The fight, I'm not saying, God, I don't want to say that, but the lockdown, I moved in my own unit, and it just worked really well. I was transitioning from the Army to back to civilian life, so it was a period where, like 3 months, where I did nothing but train strongman and eat and recover and just enjoy it. And it was super relaxed. Obviously, when I was in the Army, it's quite tough. You have to work a job, 10, 12-hour shifts, then try and get a session, and then try and eat and recover. I felt great, and I think that's where the progress has happened, because there was nothing but strongman and eating a lot of food.
Eating and training.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Living the dream.
Literally living the dream. It was. Yeah.
That's brilliant. No, it does pay off. I mean, it's hard for a lot of people, because a lot of people want to be able to do that straight away. And just in reality, it's not possible. But if you keep working hard, keep getting better, eventually you may get that opportunity. And when you do, take it. It's
massively, yeah.
I remember going to Worlds one year, being told by my job that I couldn't have time off to go, so I just quit. I was so driven on being the best strongman that I could be.
Yeah,
it became more important. I'm not saying, if youngsters are watching, I'm not saying that's the smartest thing to do.
Quit your job. Yeah,
it worked out for me, but looking back, it was probably stupid. But I was just so focused on that goal of being the best strongman I can be. And I think when you've got that passion,
nothing will stop you. Nothing at all. No,
you make it happen.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about some of your first. I mean, I can't believe you put on 10 stone in 2.5, 3 years. That is.
Yeah, it's flown on, mate. Yeah.
Are you sort of happy? I mean, give some people your statistics, because for those people that don't know, I know how big a man you are. I mean, you sat there, you look big, but in real life, you're a monster. You talk about freaks of nature. You are a freak of nature.
Yeah, massively. I'm 6'6" and 30 stone. I mean, 60 odd inch chest. I do have a bit of a belly, but I think it comes with the territory of being a strongman. Is a bit of an aid than anything in there. But I'm happy with the weight. I mean, if I could push past 30 stone, then I think I'd be. But it has to be like the strength has to come with it as well. I'm not just putting weight on because obviously size doesn't mean make you strong, but it does definitely has its benefits, and then obviously has its disadvantages. Like, but I try and find clothes to fit. But yeah, you know, self. Yeah.
You're even bigger than I am, and I know how hard that can be. It's a nightmare. Well, it's why I live in shorts and t-shirt most of the time.
That's it, yeah. It's comfy combo, yeah.
Definitely. But how's the moving events been? Does your fitness still feel good at that kind of weight? Or
this is the crazy thing. I feel fitter now because having my own unit, it was cardio. It was just small things like just using the hammer and the tire, then like tire flips. Every session would be cardio or like some sort of just small movement on the weekends. And that's where you proper smash yourself with like the movements. But I feel fitter now. I know someone's going to be looking and going, "Oh, they're not fit at that weight." But I mean, fit for my size, fit
it's
for
relative
what I need.
For your sport that you do.
Yeah, it's just horses for courses. I'm not a 100-meter sprinter.
I'm sure you were fitter when you were playing rugby, but it's a different type of
definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's different type of fitness. That's it. It's like, you know, CrossFitters and strongmen, golfers are fit. It's what you need to be fit for is fit for your job and fit for purpose.
I'd never worry about what certain people will say on the internet because most of us have come from other sporting backgrounds, and you realise you train specifically to be good at what you do. So if you want to be the best strongman, there's no point in, you know, you do have to sacrifice some areas of general fitness to be the best strongman you can be. And then, you know, if you wanted to go into something else, you know how to adapt and train differently.
Yeah.
And it's quite a broad thing. We've almost every strongman that's good, they've all done other sports at a high level.
Yeah, Terry Hollands was a rugby. Terry Hollands played for England at one point, was he?
He was a very good rugby player. I don't know if he played for England, but I know
maybe England Saxons. I think it was like I'm sure something like that. Yeah,
he was definitely high up. You know, you got many basketball players. You know, I've done different sports.
Yes, exactly.
Level. Yeah, there's loads, and it's just about adapting the way you train. If you're a good all-round athlete, you can usually transition pretty well. I notice when I coach people that come from athletic backgrounds and sporting backgrounds tend to get better quicker and they've also got that competitive edge as well in a competition.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so you said this transition from the other sport they played, so they know they've got the triggers, got the mindset already, and just got that work ethic already in them. Yeah,
and that usually sees the faster progress because they know how to compete.
Yeah,
and that's,
massively. Yeah,
you know, that's the big thing. You can be big and strong in the gym, but knowing how to compete under pressure,
that's a different thing. Yeah.
So what's the goals this year for you? Obviously, you've got this big contest coming up. Realistically, where would you like to place in that contest? Like, what are your kind of ambitions?
Yeah, I think someone asked me this on, you know, the Instagram thing. I'm not, you know, I believe, you know, it'd be in the back of my mind. I train to win. So to win, everyone says they're going to win because every single athlete will say they're going to win. But yeah, I will say my mindset to win, but realistically, it's top 5. There's some events I'm going to, you know, not be as good at, but there's other events that I know I can do well in. So the log press, the loading race, the keg toss on the last day. I'm really interested in them. Is the nickel stones, I think.
Yeah,
I can't wait to go them. And then the Atlas stones. I mean, they were my worst event, I think, when I first started, and I do okay in them now because I have my own set of stones and platform. So there's a few I'm going to have to just like ease off, if that makes sense, and try and save as much energy as I can. But top 5, I'm aiming for top 5. Put on a good show and then prove to, you know, Giants Live, as in Colin Bryce and Dan Satter, that I was worthy of the invite. I'm just not the big guy that everyone thinks is good, because maybe sometimes.
Yeah, I guess you don't want to be the sideshow. If
that's it. Yeah. So I truly believe in get top 5, and that's not an insult. You know, people if watching, if there's no chance, but I believe I can get top 5. That's I'm gonna hit events as hard as I can, and other events do my best, keep there. I know, you know, I'm not a pro yet, but I try and have the mindset of one because I just watch the likes of yourselves and Terry Hollands, and with the way your mind works, I watch. It's a science to the sport. It's not just win, 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 win. I think consistency can win you a day. I mean, you watch a good boxer who's maybe getting outboxed, you'll work something in there, and take the win. Like, what's his name? Dillian White on the weekend. I mean,
one punch.
Literally, that's it. So, and I know it's totally different sports, but in the sense that guy knew he had one shot, took it, hit him hard enough, dropped him, and then so on the weekend, I'm going to take that mindset that I just know that if I just keep in there, that I can finish top 5. As long as I just push myself hard and believe, then why not? That's why I think, why not? Like,
perfect. And then beyond that, what's the goals, strongman wise?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what the invites are for the Worlds, but to get to the Worlds, I know it's quite tough to get in there because there's some serious monsters out there, and there's, that's the way it is. But yeah, we'll be getting to the Worlds, and just unfortunately, obviously, Wales Strongest Man badge, Ben Brennan's injured this year, so it would be good to get a Welshman here, because I think the last time a Welshman went was Gary Taylor, and I think that's, I mean, there are great athletes in Wales, but I think Ben was just on a roll, and it's just so unfortunate to see him injured. I mean,
he was flying.
He I mean, almost took that the title at was in Manchester, the tour. I mean,
yeah,
he was just on a roll, and just such a shame. And I truly mean it. It's not, it's not like I never wish anyone injury, because I do believe in it's karma. If you're like, oh, unlucky, mate.
Unfortunately, this sport, we're all going to get injured, and it's not nice seeing it happen to anyone.
No, not at all. So I was just thinking, get to the Worlds and then fly the flag for Wales Day, and just see what happens from there. Then obviously next year, then you got Britons and things like that, and hopefully the world will be open again, and everything will be in full flight. But if you get to the Worlds, that's the main goal. And I understand that that's like the Premier League. That is the champions of champions. But why not? Why shouldn't I get it? Or why shouldn't I believe I can win it? I just think, if everyone dropped up the injury, they'd be fine. Yeah, but yeah, the Worlds. I mean, the dream is the Worlds. Yeah, that's it. And take that title within a few years. Obviously, I'll go with regionals first. I'll go with like Wales' Strongest Man, UK's, Britain's. I mean, the Europes would be great. I understand. Is it Europe's in that sense that there's a lot of guys missing in the original episode different? But with the way the world is, I don't think you could really complain, because there's still a show going ahead, and there's still.
Yeah, well, I spoke to Colin Bryce about the show this weekend.
Yeah,
sort of next weekend, whenever it is.
Yeah,
obviously you want Kiliaskowski there.
Yes,
but Kiliaskowski's been invited. Unfortunately, he's still injured, coming back from his tricep tear.
Oh yeah.
And his focus is trying to get himself in shape in time for World's Strongest Man.
Of course.
Misha Shivlikov just has visa issues right now, so he can't come. So he's another one that's been invited. I've just heard that Novikov is coming now.
Oh,
so
brilliant.
That's another good addition to the show. So they've invited other guys that just either can't come right now. They've said no. So there's not a lot you can do. It's been a very, very strange year, and I've said this on other videos, but we've just got to make the best of the situation. And we have a contest with 10 or 12 fantastic athletes. It's 8 excellent events. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be some great battles between like the log. There's so many strong log lifters now, and then you've got Luke Stoltman, Hicksey, Aaron Page. All pushing for records. But then yourself, I know you've got big log numbers in you. There's other guys that have big numbers. Then you've got the heavy deadlift for reps.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's going to be on the axle bar as well. So
I did have a text the other day, which I was
So
I don't know if it was a blessing. Yeah, I don't know if it was a blessing or a bird. And I was like, 400 obviously is a bit of a weight, like, but I'm looking forward to it. When you see that axle deadlift, it looks awesome as well.
It's
the sheer size of it,
yeah. Well, that's what you need. You need the cool bits of kit for the pictures for the Instagram.
So all for likes, all for Insta likes. Yeah.
I did a contest in the Faroe Islands, and I have a picture of me deadlifting. It's like 4 big tires either side.
Yeah,
and it looks really cool.
Yeah.
But it's by no means like the heaviest deadlift I've ever done. It was quite a comfortable lift, to be honest.
Yeah.
But visually, it looks impressive. It's one of my most popular photos. And then you'll get like a 440 kilo deadlift with like calibrated plates, and it
looks like nothing.
It's impressive. Yeah. So sometimes it's just about the visual, but
it is.
I think it's going to be a great contest. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
Oh, it'd be brilliant. Yeah.
It's a hard one to pick as well. I think, Luke Stoltman's been in great shape the last year or so.
Yes.
You can never count out someone. Hicksey is such a strong dude.
He's looking monstrous at the moment, yeah. It's pressing, and everything else is looking great, yeah.
I think it depends if he's focusing on the whole show or just the log.
I'm good thinking, yeah. I mean, how much I've never cleaned or even pressed that sort of weight. And how much does that really take out of you if he is going for the Worlds, or the World Record? But it would be good to see that smashed. I really would if he was going into it. Yeah, it'd be amazing.
Lalas coming back. He's going to be, Lalas, if he's in shape, he's a very consistent athlete with 8 events. I can see him doing very well. Same with Bish. Bish is a very consistent athlete.
Super fit as well. Bishop's super fit. He's got the rugby background and the conditioning. Yeah, so that's the first time I've ever competed. Yeah,
it's going to be a great contest. So you're going to have fun. Just enjoy it, mate. Focus on one event at a time. Enjoy it. Give it your absolute all, and just keep progressing like you are, because you're fast becoming an absolute monster.
Thanks, mate. Thank you.
No, you are. I mean, when was the last time I competed against you? 2018, was it? 2017?
Yeah.
The improvement since then has been huge.
Yeah, I think I was super naive. I thought, because Glenn wrote in the book, I was like one of the favourites to win. And I was like, oh my God. And then
you were a beginner at the time.
I read it and I was like, oh God. I was like, no chance. Just because I'd done so well at the Welsh. But I mean, the Welsh I got the UKs and it was a baptism of fire. I was like, thought I was strong and I was surrounded by these big guys. And I was like, wow.
It's all about that experience as well.
Yeah, it was definitely. I loved that first year. Great, yeah.
It makes a big difference. Now you've got a bit of that experience and you seem very confident in yourself, which is...
Yeah, I try to be like... I don't want to be like arrogant because I've never been about that life, but I just think, if you've got to believe, it keeps just reverting back, you've got to believe, otherwise it would affect your training, affect your mindset. What's the point going to competition? You can go up against the world's best, and I know 100% that you had the same sort of mindset. You have to believe that regardless of who's in front of you, you just got to just go straight through them. But otherwise, you wouldn't go into a rugby pitch or in a boxing ring or in the octagon and go, I might knock this guy out or we might win. You have to go with that mindset. You just got to smoke them, and then whatever happens is what happens. Yeah,
so you deal with that afterwards.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I just think that there's such a great sport, and for years I've wanted to get involved, and then the injury made it. As I was recovering, I put weight on accidentally, if that makes sense. I was on crutches for a long time and had my hand in a cast. But I just said I've had enough of rugby. I just always want to be a strong man, and that was it. I never looked back, never regretted leaving rugby as I did. And yeah, now I'm fully committed to it, and I just want to see where this road takes me.
Fully hooked. So how old are you right now?
31.
31. So you've got plenty of time to keep pushing, keep getting better. It's going to be exciting. I mean, I can never remember a time where we've had so many great British athletes.
Yeah.
There was a time we had a lot of good English athletes.
Yeah.
But now, Scotland, Wales, we're competitive in every single area. And
it's just great for the sport. Yeah, it is just great for the sport overall. Yeah, because I keep reverting back to Gary Taylor was the last amazing export we had, wasn't he? I mean, I'm not sure what he did win, but I think he won most of the stuff out there. And I think Badger was on. Yeah, he was an app. I mean, it was in 1997. I think he won it. Phenomenal shape, huge guy. What 1993 was it?
93, yeah.
93. I mean, I think Ben was on his way. I think if Ben hadn't been injured, it's so sad to say, but I think Ben will be the next big thing. But I'm not saying I'm going to be the next big thing from Wales, but if I can get what I want to get.
You're pretty big right now, and if you can get some good results, you're definitely going to get that. If you start getting some results, there's going to be that pressure because of your size and stuff. People are going to compare you to like Brian Shaw and Hafthor.
Oh my God, yeah.
It comes. The better you get, the more pressure there is put on you. So
I can imagine.
Be ready for it, but embrace it, enjoy it.
Yeah, so I think because it could, like you said, it could be over tomorrow. You could injure yourself. It could be death. So just enjoy it whilst it lasts, and let's just get to where we want to get to. Yeah.
So before I let you go, and I know you've got to eat and get training, and you've got a big contest to get focused on. There's a lot of good guys just that are just behind, say, the guys that are getting invited to big shows right now. There's a lot of guys in the country on their way up, hitting good numbers, but they can't quite break through. What advice would you give to those guys that are close, but they maybe keep getting knocked back, or they're not quite just breaking through onto that top level just yet?
It would be don't stop, and I just think the only thing to say is just do not stop, because as soon as you stop, then what was the point of all them hours and weeks and months and years of just, I don't say sacrifice, of investing in yourself, than just to give up because you don't make it on the first turn or the second turn. I mean, I've been very lucky with this invite, and I'm going to hit it as hard as I've ever hit anything because I just want to prove a point. But yeah, just keep at it. There's no need to give up. Why should you give up? I mean, I know stories of things I've seen in the past with my job, and with certain things. Not them guys, were seriously injured. They don't give up. I mean, you could always be worse off. You could always be worse off. So there's no need to give up. I mean, I could go on for hours about it. I mean, I am a positive guy, and I just wake up as positive as I can, go to sleep as positive as I can, and positivity breeds positivity. And then as soon as you're there's no need to be negative. I mean, love the job. Yeah.
It's very easy to look at everything. Oh, that guy's got it easier than me. I've had plenty of guys look at me and say, "Oh, Loz has got it easy." Well, I used to work 4 jobs, and I used to fit my training in. I was in that position where I wasn't invited to stuff. I remember watching the likes of Jimmy Marku, Terry Hollands.
Oh my God,
Mark Westerby. There's this block of 5 guys that I just couldn't break into. I was sort of like the 6th guy that wasn't getting invited to stuff.
Yeah.
I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and eventually I broke through. And it's the best bit of advice you can give to people is just keep being positive, keep focused, keep training hard, keep pushing yourself. If you give up, it's never going to happen.
That's it. Because the week you give up could be the week they were going to invite you. You know what I mean? It could always be that, like, it was the next day or the next comp. It was like, oh, let's give them a shot, and then, oh, I'm done now. Or you say a status, or you say something, or you burn a bridge. What was the point of it? If you're not going to go to the top, or not going to give you your all, you shouldn't start there. Just keep on, just keep at it, because eventually, like you said, like yourself, I mean, I think you're one of the greatest British athletes to ever, to enter the sport, Loz. I think you know that yourself. I mean, I think you've won more British titles, or won more titles than any British athlete, I think, out there. And it proves the point that you said you couldn't get through for years, and then eventually you smashed it and then never stopped. So just look for people like that for inspiration, like yourselves, because otherwise, what's the point? Just never give up. That's what I say, is never give up. Like, there's no need.
That is key, and I see it in not just strongman, many walks of life, many sports. Yeah. The people that don't give up are the people that end up being successful, and it's as simple as that. Every successful person has had plenty of failures.
It's just practice. It's just a practice run, isn't it? If you fail, it's just a practice run. Yeah.
Well, Gav,
that's what it is.
I want to wish you the best of luck for the competition.
Oh, thanks, Loz, mate.
Very, very quickly, I know you're on Instagram. Where can people find you if they want to follow your training and see what you're up to?
Yeah, guys, if you want to follow my training, just give me a follow on Instagram. It's Gavin Bilton. Obviously, daily content gets posted, and see my progress.
Excellent. Well, best of luck. I'm going to look forward to watching your progress, not just this year, but over the next few years. I think you've got a bright future.
Thank you, Loz.
And just enjoy it, and I'll speak to you soon, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Bye now.
Take care.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.